It's Sunday. It's cleansing day. Are you ready? So if you haven't done this one before, on Sundays we cleanse. On Sundays we wear pink. Actually, on Sundays we wear yellow. Because cleansing's the new rave. So we do a cleansing sequence. It's quite vigorous, so not a great one if you're pregnant. And as always, just please be careful. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. So for this one, we drink a lot of water. We have 5 exercises. We repeat them 8 times. We drink some water, and we do that 3 times round. So your water, you can drink anything up to 3 litres, and it should be lukewarm water, and with each litre, 2 teaspoons of salt. A tip, try and give it a little shake. Otherwise, those last few gulps at the bottom are pretty strong. Oh, happy cleansing day. Yes, that's exactly what today is. Happy cleansing day to you too. As always, if you're watching, please say hello. They don't always come up in real time, so I get some stuff afterwards. So if I don't say hello, I'm sorry. It's because it didn't tell me. And I'm, after all the thing, this is best done on an empty stomach, and I just had a cup of tea. What was I thinking? That is definitely I'm gonna fill that one for sure. So, sorry, I meant to start a bit early today to allow everyone to get their water, but we'll just hang on a couple of minutes just to allow people to, if you haven't got your water ready, go grab it, please. Hey, Danielle. 3 litres.
3 rounds or 4?
3 rounds. 3 rounds. Hey, Liam. Oh, yes, it's going to be a proper family yoga today. Woohoo! So on Sundays, I can't get that mean girl out my head. On Sundays, we wear pink. On Sundays, we have a family yoga WhatsApp group. I think there's about 7 of us. They do a little yoga session, but they have kindly donated their slot to this Facebook Live. So now it's just one big happy yoga family, drinking loads of salt water, feeling a little bit sticky. So if you don't already grab the water, you don't have to drink water with this. This is quite a nice one. So we're cleansing our body with water. It's part of the Kriya kind of yoga, so cleansing. You might have seen like neti, where you kind of pour water through one, sometimes with a string, sometimes you're regurgitating. We don't ask you to do any of that kind of stuff. But this one is with water. But I also, sometimes I do it without the water just because they're quite nice moves to do, to just boost your energy. We're also going to be trying to cleanse our minds while we do it. So trying to exercise any demons or things you've been carrying with you. And 3 things. I get this from my mum. I don't write things down. I'll just think, okay, there was 3 things I had to remember. So, this morning I was listening to Russell Brand's podcast, which was with Joe Wicks. I was listening on Luminary, but I think there's a shortened version on Spotify, and it's amazing. Especially if any of you, or you know anyone that's been doing the oh, hey Gemma. Okay, take it easy. Watch what we do. It's quite a nice one because it's the same thing over and over again. Again, if there's glitches, try and let me know. If it goes completely, please text me, and then I'll shut it down and start another one. But it's the same thing over again. So if you lose your way, we check back in. Sorry, yes, Russell Brand, Joe Wicks. So one, it's just a really, really lovely, 2 wonderful people talking. And if you've been doing the Joe Wicks, or your people you know, kids you know have been doing it, it's a really nice podcast to listen to. One thing they mentioned in there, which I thought was really nice, that they called it this extraordinary time. And I thought, I've been saying this weird time or challenging time, and especially this week in our wellness sessions, we've been focusing on being impeccable with our word and appreciating the power of your word. So changing from stressful or weird or challenging to extraordinary. And it really is an extraordinary time, and in some places extraordinarily difficult and challenging, but also this amazing opportunity for us to find growth. And that leads me to my 3rd thing, which is this quote. Which I think is lovely. So, I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you never would have moved. And that's from the universe, which I just think it's lovely. I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you never would have moved. So with that in mind, I'm going to make you guys really uncomfortable now. So get in your water. I'm going to really try and go for it today. There's going to be a lot of you just watching me drink water, but hopefully you're drinking at the same time. So before we start, try and drink. So however much water you're hoping to drink, you want to drink a quarter of it at each stage. So we've got 4 bouts of water. So let's go. I feel like I should have some elevator music to play while we're drinking. Oh, wowza. Okay. A little bit of babies out. Let's get to that. So we have 5 exercises. We do them 8 times each. And then we have some more water, and then we do that 2 more times, so 3 times in total. So your first one, trying to breathe in and out through your nose. Sorry, I'm burpy already. Trying to keep your limbs tense. So we're inhaling up and exhaling down. And when you do this, I want you to create your own resistance as you lift and as you come down, but trying to not swing and sway. We're trying to stay quite rigid and quite powerful, like you really mean it. So go at your own pace. We pause, we can catch up with each other, or start when I start, finish when I finish. Up to you. Now let's go. Oh, that was 9. Sometimes it's best to count yourself. Okay, so again, feet under the hips, the second one, so you can't see me so much. So it's interlocking your fingers, arms up, big reach, but this time you inhale at center and exhale to the side. So if you start to feel a bit burpy, a bit water bottle belly, this is what we're expecting. We're going to be consuming, even if you're not drinking 3 litres, you're drinking more than you normally would, and then you're jiggling around straight away. So that is the whole point. So this one, arms wide, legs wide, and we're swinging. The school class one, this time we do 8 on each side, and really just let your arms go so you can feel all your joints loosening up. Hopefully get some clicks out of your back. Ooh. I'm lost count, obviously. That's probably about 16. So number 4, we go down to the mat and we do cobras. So lying on your front. So cobra, we try to have our legs together. So squeezing your thighs together, relaxing your bum, trying to bring your feet together. Imagine your big toe knuckle and your heels pushing together. Hands under your shoulders. And for this, we inhale up and exhale down. But as we inhale up, we look over our shoulder. Try to keep your belly button on the floor. Exhale down. Again for 8 times. Try and get, so your lower back is doing some work here, but try and bring some weight into your hands to get a little arm workout as well. Good. And number 5 is our hip rotation. So 2 options here. In a squat position, and you're circling your hip. We're trying to get a little compression here. So this one, so I tend to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back for the circling to try and balance. If that's not available for you today, or you just fancy the other option, lying on your back and circling round. So really trying to, either way, trying to really bring that hip in, compressing into your lower intestines and opening up round. You're going to do 8 one way and 8 the other, and then switch legs. So you can, whichever one you do the same on the other side, but in the other rounds you can try the other version, whatever you wish. Again, we're in yellow, relates to our our Manipura, our solar plex chakra, which relates to willpower, which is quite a nice one for these ones to go through, but just generally this time it's quite nice. And I've always said it as willpower, but I read the other day it as will and power, which I think is really nice actually, to cultivate your will and to cultivate your power. It's nice to feel that you've got this inner power. And cleansing, we're trying to unblock everything generally. That's probably about 8. When you've done that, we drink more. So you're drinking your next quarter. So after this little round of guzzling, you should be halfway through. What's it in? Whilst we just pause in, feel free to say hello. Tell me something interesting. Let me know how you're feeling. Also, whilst to fill this little gap, so some of us have set intentions. There is a post on the Bound page with people's intentions for this lockdown, but then maybe ongoing. Just seeing it as a nice opportunity. As the universe has made us move, we're kind of changing our habits, maybe starting a new habit, trying to finish an old habit. So if anyone else wants to do that, we've put them down, because by sharing them, it's kind of out there so people can check in, we can see how we're going, and we've kind of committed or made that intention with ourselves. Danielle, my sister, suggested it would be really nice if we all thought of a way that we will do something more for the environment going forwards. Not something you already do, but something going forwards. Danielle's really, really good in Barcelona with all sorts of stuff, but she was mentioning she would like to change from shampoo in a bottle to some other form. So that's Danielle's one. I need to think of mine. Okay, well done. Okay, so let's carry on. Okay, so as we go through this is going to get progressively a bit more, but just stick with it. That's kind of why we're doing it. Grounding yourself, and then we're really coming up as high onto your toes as you can. Rest, interlock your fingers, palms up, inhale center, exhale side. And actually, just while you're here, I tend to bend my legs back, so I lock my legs back. Try to avoid that, just have your thighs engaged. Just to keep good practice. Okay, swings, legs wide. Join this one, try and channel your inner child. Just let everything go and swing as much as you can. Is that 16? Yeah. We'll say that was 16. Okay, down to the mat for your cobras. So lying down, hands on your shoulders, legs together, squeeze the thighs, relax the glutes. Thumbs, hands, inhale up, exhale down. Keeping the belly button on the floor, but looking around as far as you can. And then the fifth one, your hip rotations. So in your crouch position or lying on your back, there's no ego. Try them both, do whatever you can. I tend to do the crouching ones and then finish with the lying down because it feels more mindful. And On this one takes slightly longer. Everything in this is quite dynamic, quite fast. So we are doing them slightly faster. But because the other ones are over so quickly, this one feels like it goes on for a while. But just try and stay in the movement. Feel like, are you compressing here? Your ball and socket joint of your hip, how much are you really opening that? You've done 8 both directions, switch legs. Ooh. I can really feel that in my belly now. Danielle, how are you getting on? Bless you. Okay, you know what's going to happen. Go on to the next. So another quarter to drink. Oh, hey Vicky, I didn't see you there. How's Flynn doing today? Oh, that was much more salty. Oh, it is our family yoga. With our new family. Hello Alison, how are you doing? How are you? How is work? Alison's a doctor. Frontline. Ooh, wow. Keep going. You kind of want to stop, so you always want to be drinking more than you want to drink. Oof, okay, one more gulp.
How are you?
So I was going to do 3 litres today. I was really going to go for it. I think 2 litres is going to be me today. So effort and surrender. More than last week. Going for it, but surrendering in. Yeah, 3 litres is just not going to happen today. Yeah, Alison is amazing. Thanks, Vicky. And I'm pleased Flynn's doing better. Okay, so let's do it. So really forceful with your movements and forceful with your breaths. Cultivating this power. Interlock your fingers, arms up. Inhale center, exhale side. Go far enough to feel a stretch. Try and keep your kind of armpits facing forward so they don't creep over. Oof. Twizzlers, legs wide, let's go. If you can, try and sync your breath. Inhale in center, exhale inside. This one, it feels harder because there's so much going on. Well, there really isn't. Very little going on because you're not really controlling. Cobras, down to the mat, please. Okay, when you're ready, remember just keep, I know I cue them all the time, but just we can forget about our legs, so just keep legs together. Using your arms. And then your last one, last round, last exercise. So your other leg can be lying down or it can be knee bent, whatever you kind of find easier. And really bringing that hip in. I really keep my hip point is just like, every time it goes well. 8 one way, 8 the other, and then switch sides. So your last one. Again, if you want to do the right amount, it's always best to count yourself. This is something I feel like this when I go swimming. I'm like, oh, I need the headphones for music because I don't want to count my lengths and stuff like that. But actually, I think the reason I really find swimming very mindful and calming for me is because I count the lengths. So all I'm focusing on is the number. So it's a really nice way to just stay mindful and not let your mind wander. So I really should pay attention to my own advice. If only I could do something with that. So I think knowledge plus action equals wisdom. Is that, or whatever the expression is. Okay, finish it. Cheers, guys. Let's give this little one. Whoop. Sorry, just reading your comments. Yeah, right there, it's like, finish it, Prasha, especially with my little day glow top on. Yeah, we definitely want to see Damo doing this yoga, although Thomas is always off screen. Maybe if you want to channel in, cheers in. Cheers to Alison and all her amazing colleagues in the NHS that are doing all the amazing work for us. And Amy, who's normally here. I haven't seen her check in, but she's normally here. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to Gemma, who is consistently here and always trying to manage yoga with Alfie running around dragging her here and there. Thank you for joining us. Ooh. To Sarah, who is always here and is roping her housemates and colleagues and friends into doing it as well. Wowza. Okay, and to my gorgeous family for our family yoga on Sundays. Cheers to you guys. Woo. Okay, last one too. Cheers to anyone if it hasn't come up that you're watching and it hasn't told me. Or if anything, just in the background. Cheers for joining us. Okay, so your options now. I think your body will tell you exactly what you need to do now. If you can, maybe just lying still for a moment. I'm going to do a salutation, so I'm going to keep it live and do a salutation. Feel free to join me if you want to. Just as it is sunny, so I'm going to salute that gorgeous sunshine, even though we're not going to be out in it. We're going to be up at our little window pretending we're on a gorgeous balcony or something. So if you want to join me, feel free. Otherwise, stay put or I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Oof, okay, grounding yourself down if you're joining me. Big inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, gently stepping back. Coming down into your plank, or, oh actually, let's do an Ashtanga Namaskar. So just lifting up into a down dog. Sorry, so I'm merging a vinyasa and a hatha style salutation here. So from your down dog, allow your knees to come down, your chest and your chin, so your hips stay lifted. And then gently releasing your feet, sliding forward and coming up either into cobra or lifting all the way up. Gently pushing back, down dog. Doing any extra stretches you want to. Taking your gaze forward, stepping the feet forward, releasing down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, all the way up, arms wide. Pausing at the top, open your arms up wide, opening yourself up to this gorgeous day. Big inhale, big exhale, and then once more on your inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale down. Good, and actually let's just stay standing for our last breath. So closing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders. Breathing normally, but trying to make the breath deep. I'd like you to think of 3 things from your morning so far you're grateful for. Good, once more, lifting the arms up, keeping the palms together, pushing the arms up, and we'll reverse that. So opening wide, big arms as you exhale down, arms by your side. Namaste. Good. You are all cleansed. We've rinsed the week off of us. You can relax into this gorgeous Sunday. Okay. Have lovely days. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. So please, please, please. Oh, actually, I might. So Alison mentioned ones for back. So I might do another one for back. But if anyone has any suggestions or something they would like a session on, then please let me know. All requests welcome. Bye.